Senate is about Nigeria and Nigerians.
Senate urges Republic of Korea to support ECOWAS to restore democracy in countries under military rule in the region. And Senate ad hoc committee inspects unfinished EastWest Road projects. Hello and welcome to Inside the Senate, your window into the activities of the Red Chamber at the National Assembly. I am Aisha Mohammed Ahmed, your guide on the program. After completing the task of screening and confirmation of ministers, the Senate proceeded on a 7-week recess. Plenary will resume on the 26th September 2023. While on the break, the Senate has continued to carry out its legislative duties through the instrumentality of its committees. One of such assignments was the inspection of the EastWest Road project by ad hoc committees set up to investigate the non-completion of that road project. Details of this visit and other stories coming your way shortly. Don't go away.
We are fighting for this democracy. This country will definitely improve in terms of development and progress.
Nigerians deserve better living.
What is executive and the legislature, they are going to put in their best for a better Nigeria.
Welcome back. One major announcement that Senate President Godswill Akpabio made before the Senate adjourned for its long recess was the constitution of 71 Senate standing committees, a slight increase on the 69 committees in the 9th Senate. Senator Akpabio also announced the chairman and deputy chairman of the various committees. Some of the committees and their chairmen include Committee on Finance to be chaired by Senator Sani Musa from Niger East Senatorial District. Committee on Petroleum Upstream is to be chaired by Senator Eteng Williams from Cross River Central Senatorial District. Committee on Housing and Urban Development to be chaired by Senator Aminu Tambuwal from Sokoto South Senatorial District, while the Committee on Defense is to be chaired by Senator Ahmed Lawan from Yobe North Senatorial District. Others include Senate Committee on Appropriation Solomon Adeola from Ogun West Senatorial District, Senate Committee on National Security and Intelligence Shehu Baba from Bauchi North Senatorial District, Senate Committee on Diaspora and NGOs Victor Ume from Anambra Central Senatorial District, Senate Committee on Women Affairs Ireti Kingibe from the FCT, Senate Committee on Power Abaribe Enyinaya from Abia South Senatorial District. All in all, 71 committees were constituted for the 10th Senate. Recall that on the 11th of July, the Senate President had announced the constitution of special committees prescribed by the Constitution, including the Committees on Appropriation, National Security and Intelligence, Public Petitions, Media and Publicity, as well as Public Accounts. Away from the constitution of committees, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio recently received the special envoy of the Speaker of Korea National Assembly, Honorable Soo Byung-soo, who had paid him a courtesy visit at the National Assembly in Abuja. Details of that meeting in our next report on the program. Do stay tuned.
During the moment of diplomatic importance, Senator Akpabio called on South Korea to join hands with Nigeria in fostering democracy and freedom across West Africa and the entire continent. Senator Akpabio emphasized the significance of democracy, highlighting its role in development, freedom of speech, and association.
So we urge you to support the Economic Community of West Africa's efforts in restoring democracy to many countries in West Africa and beyond. And we hope that South Korea will work closely with Nigeria in that regard to ensure that democracy thrives, not just in West Africa, but in the whole of Africa, being the best form of government that guarantees development, guarantees freedom of speech, and also guarantees freedom of association.
And so in the course of these Leader of the Korean delegation, Honorable Soo Byung-soo, shared Korea's remarkable journey from war-torn devastation to becoming one of the world's top economies through education and hard work. He called for collaborative efforts between the two nations and highlighted the establishment of a Korean-Nigerian parliamentary friendship group to fortify bilateral relations.
The diplomacy at the administration or the government level is quite important, but I also think that the parliamentary level exchanges between the two countries also very important. And there is Korea-Nigeria Parliamentarian Friendship Association that we have already established in the Korean National Assembly. So if the Senate of Nigeria establishes Nigeria-Korea Friendship Group in your Senate, then it will accelerate the development of bilateral relations.
Both leaders expressed optimism about deepening the economic and diplomatic partnership between South Korea and Nigeria. They highlighted the potential increase in trade relations and Nigeria's support for South Korea's bid to host World Expo 2030.
We really want to share our secrets to our economic miracle with other countries with the World Expo 2030. So at the end of November this year, there will be a final vote to select the World Expo venue. So I'd like to cordially ask for your full support for us.
We would like to assure you that this Senate will support your bid for the Expo 2030 to be hosted in Korea. And at the same time, we have noted your request for a strong Korean-Nigeria Parliamentary Friendship Association, and we totally support that move and will do everything to belong to that association to foster again.
That was the report on the courtesy visit of the special envoy of the Speaker of Korea National Assembly to the President of the Nigerian Senate. Let's now take a short break for the notebook segment. Don't go away.
There are different types of committees in the legislature. They include special committees established by both chambers to facilitate the smooth conduct of legislative business. These include the Selection Committee as well as the Rules and Business Committee. Standing Committee, established along policy lines to deal with subject matters or specific areas of legislative concern. There are also ad-hoc committees, which, as the name implies, are set up to address specific issues as the need arises. Upon completion of their assignment, the committees are dissolved.
Thanks for staying tuned. The East-West Road is an essential lifeline connecting regions of the nation. Despite years of struggle, this vital route remains unfinished. The Senate recently took action to unravel the reasons behind the non-completion of this project through the setting up of an ad hoc committee which commenced work with a visit to Delta State to confront the challenges and discuss solutions. A summary of its findings is presented in our next report. Keep watching.
Despite spending over 600 billion and over 1.5 trillion respectively on the project, such critical national projects, if abandoned, will bring untold hardship, neglect, and exhibiting the sufferings and pain on the people and attendant loss of revenue that would have accrued to the government.
That was the motion that led to the setting up of an ad hoc committee by the 10th Senate to, amongst other things, investigate the reasons behind the non-completion of the East-West Road project. It was sponsored by Senator Impigi Barinada from Rivers Southeast Senatorial District and over 90 others. The Senate, through its resolution on the motion, set up another committee led by Senator Abdul Ningi. The East-West Road is an essential link connecting the South-South, Southeast, and Western regions of the country. The committee recently visited Delta State to conduct an on-site inspection of the road's condition. Their first engagement was a courtesy call to the Delta State Governor, Sheriff Oborevwori, at the Government House in Asaba, during which the committee outlined its purpose.
We had perused through some preliminary documents about the contract, about the money spent, and we feel that the commensurate work is not matching with the monies we have so far seen spent.
Senator Ningi expressed concerns of the ad-hoc committee about the project's expenditures and other related issues, noting that their visit was just the beginning of its assignment, as it intends to ensure the project is concluded as soon as possible. Expressing delight at the action of the Senate, Governor Oborevwori stressed the road's vital role in the economic advancement of the oil-rich Niger Delta region.
The East-West Road is very strategic to all of us in this region. With what we have contributed to the national today, the region is one of the regions that have produced the highest wealth of this nation, and it is proper that attention is paid to this region. My appeal for this visit is that people should fast track because of the next dry season. You know, road works are usually done during the dry season, and I believe that if you come up with your report and also in your budget, money are provided, because when you see what is on ground and monies are provided, then good work can be done.
Away from the governor's office, the committee visited the Onweru Bridge along the East-West Road. The bridge suffered partial collapse due to the flood in the year 2022. After the inspection of the Onweru Bridge in Delta State, the ad-hoc committee proceeded to Bayelsa State to inspect other parts of the East-West Road in that axis. While inspecting parts of the East-West Road in Bayelsa State, Engineer Clement Obuagu, Director Highway South-South, updated the ad-hoc committee on the current situations of sections 1 and 2 of Kaima-Ahoda Road and other parts of the East-West Road.
This project has now been transferred to NNPC. It's now under the NNPC tax credit scheme. They are just waiting to be mobilized. They have brought their papers for payment, which I'm aware the National Assembly is also has approved. But they have not, the NNPC have not obliged. They have not paid them. Immediately NNPC pays them now, they are going to hit the ground running.
When asked if the process of the East-West Road project is transparent and not politicized, thereby causing the delay, the director had this to say.
No, it's not a politics. The ones they have released money is phase 1. This one is under phase 2. The phase 1 projects have received funding.
Which ones are phase 1 projects?
Like example is Kalabayi to Odukbani.
Okay.
That section was in phase 1. But this one was considered in phase 2, which we are just waiting. We've been waiting for the payment.
That phase 1 is which contractors?
That one is we have Samatech there, we have Julius Berger, we have CCECC.
Another section of the Kaima-Ahoda part of the East-West Road, which had its construction halted due to flood in 2022, was also inspected by the ad-hoc committee.
There are proposals. There are proposals to repair this place and raise it up and introduce polizing drains, culverts, the polizing culverts in this area so that the water, when it comes, it just goes. But a better option, which we are trying to propose in the department is decompile.
What does that mean?
Decompile is we put piles. put deck on top, then put equalizing covers under, so that no matter the flood, the water will just on its own pass, whilst people are using the road.
Engineer Maroon Nora, project engineer from Setraco, shed more light on the project, challenges faced and the steps being taken to address them. While in Bayelsa, the committee had paid a courtesy visit to Governor Doye Diri, who expressed hope that they will do things differently.
I recall that I did a similar motion in the Green Chambers when we just went in that within that very early time. And my motion was on the destruction of these stolen oil, of both the boats and the oil, thereby contributing to further damaging of the environment of the Niger Delta. And another committee like this was set up by Mr. Speaker, and we did very well. But my dear colleagues, up until this moment that I'm speaking, there is no report from that committee. And I hope and believe that this will not be like the committee of the 8th House of Reps that I belong to.
The ad-hoc committee also visited Rivers State. While receiving the ad-hoc committee at the Rivers State Government House, Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State appreciated the Senate for taking action on the EastWest Road, and like his Bayelsa State counterpart, he expressed belief that the visit of the ad-hoc committee will yield positive results.
We are very committed in what we believe in, and I also believe that for the calibers of the distinguished members I've seen here, it's going to be not like the normal committee job, and at the end of the day, say go and write one white paper. The white paper will be there forever and ever. It should be something that while we're doing it, by the end of the committee work, there should be action. The recommendation should be a recommendation that will immediately be implemented.
The ad-hoc committee also interacted with excited locals in the area and assured them of ensuring that the projects are completed.
I want to assure you on behalf of the Senate, by the grace of God, I won't say we're finishing this year, but by the grace of God, this road will be history.
The ad-hoc committee then headed to Aleto Bridge, a spot between the Eleme and One junctions, where the condition of the road was quite deplorable. Chairman of the ad-hoc committee, while speaking to journalists, expressed his disappointment at the level of neglect of the road.
I cannot understand why this total neglect. Everybody understands what is LMA to Nigerians, not only to Niger Deltas. And what you see there, the bridge, you see, the deplorable condition is unacceptable. It is inhuman. And you can understand we have over 420 companies that operate around this area. For God's sake, what kind of people are we? What kind of humanity do you have? I just don't understand the logic. This is the economic heartbeat of this country. And yet nobody cares.
Rivers State Conductor of Works, Engineer Olufemi Adetunji, however, explained that a new dimension is being considered for the reconstruction of the affected bridges.
There's going to be a new bridge. You can see the two bridges are substandard with the current realities now, knowing fully well that this road leads to the airport. The traffic has increased, the volume of by traffic I mean the volume of vehicles passing this place have increased. And you can see the kind of heavy trucks with the azul load they are carrying. There's need for us now to upgrade the road to a standard that the road will last.
Senator Ningi, on his part, gave an insight into the next line of action after completing its inspection.
By the time we are in Abuja next week, we'll call the NPC, release funds to them so that they come back and start working. It won't be business as usual, and we want the contractors that once we know monies are released to him, we are coming back to tell the community that monies are released to him, so that he doesn't also take the money and go and do work elsewhere.
Senator Adams Oshomole, another member of the ad-hoc committee, also had this to say to newsmen.
From our preliminary investigation, everybody has his own share, but we are not in a position right here and now to reach specific conclusions, because that would be unfair. Like the chairman informed the governor, the way in which Parliament operates is that we must give the parties fair hearing and open, so that the public can listen. The engineers in the Ministry of Works, the engineers in the whoever, all the interests involved in it, in a very open, transparent manner. That's what makes Parliament the heartbeat of democracy.
Senator Mpigi Barinada, whose motion gave birth to this action by the Senate, also commented on the action to be taken by the Senate.
We are following the sequence of making sure, because we see here the RCC, all the expatriates and their equipment, they are all on ground. They are ready to work. So it's not a mere say to say, oh, money will be released. We want this money to be released. We leave here, we go to Abuja and we actualize the release of this fund. It's not just the theory of the youths coming to block the road. What we want here, the Senate is here. 109 senators are here. Nigerians are here. And this road is not just a Leme road. This road is Nigerian road. And I want everybody to be patient. We are going back to Abuja and I want to actually assure my people. This money will be released. I will be part of the team that will supervise to make sure this road is constructed to the letter.
You're still watching Inside the Senate, your window into the activities of the Red Chamber of the National Assembly and its members. We'll now round up the program with our profile segment. Stand by for our Senator of the Week.
Senator Darlington Wokocha was born on the 5th of May 1972 in Aba, Abia State, Nigeria. He attended Umunese Secondary School, where he obtained West African School Certificate in the year 1985. In the year 1992, he obtained a Bachelor's of Science degree in Management from the University of Port Harcourt. He went further to acquire a Master's degree in Public Administration from Abia State University, Uturu Okigwe. He also studied and obtained a PGDPA in Political Science from the University of Benin in the year 2007. Between the years 2007 and 2015, Senator Darlington Wokocha was a member of the Abia State House of Assembly. In 2015, he won election to represent his constituency in the House of Representatives and was re-elected in 2019 under the People's Democratic Party, PDP. During his time in the House of Representatives, Senator Darlington Wokocha served as House Chairman of the Insurance and Actuarial Matters Committee. Senator Wokocha decamped from PDP to Labour Party in 2022 to represent the party in the 2023 general elections as the Abia Central Senatorial District candidate and won the election. He currently serves as the Senate Minority Whip in the 10th Senate. His legislative interests lie in the areas that will bring or create a balance between the government and human development, especially on public accounting and education. He has also set human and social development capacity as his targeted achievements.
This brings us to the end of the program this week. Join us next week for another edition of Inside the Senate. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook for more updates on activities of the Red Chamber and its members. Thanks for watching.